What's up, boys? The UFC is finally back. We had a week layoff. We're back with Ian Machado Garry versus the Fighting Nerds, Carlos Prates. Main event's going to be 5 rounds. Obviously, it's a main event. We're in Kansas City. No more Apex for this week. We finally have a crowd. We have some fanfare going on. The prelims are all right, but the main card, obviously, is where it's at. Let's get into it. We got Chelsea Chandler versus Jocelyn Edwards. My issue with this is, why are both of these women ranked and they're the first fight on the card? Let's see. Let's see how far we can scroll until we see a ranked guy. The fourth from the top is when we can see somebody else who's ranked. Nobody else is ranked. There's a woman fight above this fight, and they're not even ranked. Hella disrespect. Hella disrespect. First of all, we're going to go with Jocelyn Edwards. Okay, I know nothing about women's MMA, so we're going with the betting lines. Don't even look at the betting lines. It's women's MMA. More than likely, it's going to a decision. Just smack your money on decision win. Okay, moving on, boys. Timmy Cubambo versus Roberto Romero. So listen, when I was doing my research for this fight, well, for this whole card about a week ago, this fight wasn't on here. Okay, so I just did some last minute research. Timmy Cubambo got 4 wins by knockout, 2 first-round finishes. Robert Romero has a little bit prettier stats, if we're being honest. 3 wins by knockout, 2 by submission, 5 first-round finishes. All of his finishes have came in the first round, except for took Onama to a decision. But Onama's a beast. Onama's a beast. We're going with Roberto Romero. I don't really know much about this fight, so we're looking at hairlines. This dude has a receding hairline, Roberto Romero, and he just has better stats. You know what I mean? Timmy Cubana, I'm sorry that I have to pick against you, but it's just kind of the way that the cards are stacked. Moving on, boys. Jacqueline Anomrium versus Pollyanna Vivana. Okay. Do you remember when I just said to you guys about 2 seconds ago, don't look at the women's betting lines because they obviously don't mean a single thing? We're going to go with Jacqueline Amorium, okay? This is the battle of the baddies, though. They're kind of bad. They're kind of bad. But just keep in mind, Paulimia, she's from Brazil. Both of these ladies are from Brazil. I know nothing about women's MMA. I can't even sit here and pretend to break this fight down. I know nothing. I just follow the betting lines. Pick whoever you think is the baddest. I know, honestly, for women's fights, you should pick whoever you think is the goblinest. The most goblin creature you want to pick for women's fights, okay? Because you want a bitch who can fight. Moving on, boys. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cameron Simon. Malcolm Wellmaker is a solid bantamweight. On Tapology, he is ranked 15 in the world. Okay, now for comparison, Cameron Simon is ranked 47 among other bantamweights in the world, which kind of shows you the levels of what this fight's going to be. Malcolm has 6 finishes and 8 wins, 4 KOs and 2 submissions. So his eggs are in every single basket. His eggs are in every single basket. Cameron's a good kickboxer. He's a good striker. So don't think I'm calling Cameron a slouch, right? But Malcolm's obviously better than him on the ground, so I'm going to believe that Malcolm's just going to take bro to the ground. Cameron's also 2 inches shorter than Malcolm. So I see Malcolm taking the W on feet, on ground. I don't really see a way that Cameron can make this work, if we're being honest. I went to school with a kid who looks like Malcolm. Okay, we're going Malcolm. Shout out to Malcolm. Made his way off the Contender Series. Let's go, Malcolm. Okay, moving on, boys, to one of the most disrespectful placements that I think could have been done to my boy Damone Blackshear. Okay, Damone Blackshear versus a dude with one name. Who knows if this is this guy's last name, if it's his first name? Never heard of this guy until now. He's from China. They're both coming off of a win. He's a good striker. He won 3 of his last 4. But he takes almost every single fight to decision. I think that if Damone is able to close the distance, and we can get some clinch work in with Damone, we got this. I think we got the Dubsky. Now, the reason they threw this guy on here, Alex, is because later on in the card, Zhang Minyang's on here, a fucking animal, an absolute animal. But Damone Blackshear is better than Alan Tangini on the ground, and we're going to hope Damone is able to take him there. And he's also better than him in the clinch. So we just need Damone to close the gap. Close the gap, Damone. It's going to be easy victory for you. We're going with Damone. More than likely decision. More than likely just a controlling decision. And that's probably where we're gonna land. Moving on, boys. Chris Gutierrez versus John Castaneda. So Chris Gutierrez, 4 first-round finishes, 9 wins knockout, 1 wins by submission, and John Castaneda has 8 wins by knockout, 6 wins by submission, and 7 first-round finishes. Okay, both of these dudes are pretty dangerous. This is going to be a solid fight for sure. I'm trying to expand this so we can get the. Okay, they don't want to give me the stats. That's fine. You know, we're going to roll with the punches here. We're going with John Castaneda. Okay, dude has the firefighter mustache. He has the look. He has the squabbles. He has the finishes to back his name up. Chris Gutierrez is a solid squabble for John Castaneda. I just think that bro's going to get it done. John's a little bit wide for the division. He's a prospect. He's coming up. I have faith in John Castaneda. I'm pretty sure he is shorter. Let's go double check real quick. Height, 66. And Chris Gutierrez is 69. So it's really not that big of a deal. But we're going to go John Castaneda. Hopefully KO TKO. But more than likely, boys, you already know. It's going to go to a decision. John Castaneda, he's a little wide for the division. But we're going to go with John Castaneda. Decision. Moving on, boys. Evan Elder versus Ahmad Ahanzaneda. Okay? Listen. I don't understand why Ahmed is on here. Okay? I really don't. Bro's coming off of a knockout loss. In the Contender Series where he got signed. You got knocked out on the Contender Series, and then you get signed. And you're not putting him in an Apex card. You're going to put him with a crowd. Okay, for sure. Most definitely. So, Evan's a seasoned dude in the UFC. He kind of has a low strike output, so it's definitely going to go to the ground. Listen, when you come off of a KO loss, I cannot put my money on you. I cannot. I'm so sorry. You're going to have PTSD, and this dude, Evan Elder, is just going to take you to the ground. He's going to bully you. He's going to be aggressive. We're going to go with Evan Elder. I have no faith in Ahmed Hasanita when you fought in the Contender Series or whatever. The Contender Series, and you just got slapped. You got your lights put out, and they decided to give you a contract for shits and giggles, I guess. Moving on, boys. Matt Schnell versus Jimmy Flick. This is the best fight on the prelims, boys. Matt has been with the UFC since 2016. He holds the second most triangle chokes behind Paul Craig, who is number 1. He is 2-4 in his last 6, so it's a little spooky. Jimmy Flick, though, is also a submission specialist with 15 submission wins and a flying triangle submission. You know, Matt strikes a lot more than Jimmy does, so he likes to switch it up and just implement striking with his ground game. Jimmy Flick is like taking you to the ground 1,000 times. It's taking you to the ground. But when Matt decides to sit here and exchange with you, most of the time it does not go his way. It doesn't. We're going to go Jimmy Flick by decision. By decision. This is more than likely going to be a submission grappler's fucking favorite card of all time. There's a lot of grappling on this card. I could foresee it. Moving on, boys, to the guy who just got his ass beat. I don't understand why Ikram is the favorite. Okay? You just got slept in the first minute of your fight against Robert Whittaker. I cannot bet on you after you just got slept. I can't. You looked like dog shit in that fight against Robert Whittaker. You look like literally scared. You look literally scared in that fight. Anyways, this fight against Ikram and Andre Muniz has been canceled 3 separate times. This fight is literally... I really won't be surprised if somebody trips and falls on the way to the octagon and they cancel this shit. Okay? Anyways, Andre is coming off of a robbery win, so please don't look at, like, you know, them coming off... They're basically coming off of both losses, okay? Andre won a robbery decision victory, which is kind of bullshit, but, you know, it is what it is. This is literally a bum fight. We're going Andre Muniz. He has better Muay Thai. He's going to stand up with you. And, Ikram, you have PTSD. Robert Whittaker just put your fucking lights out, and then Robert Whittaker had to go to the dentist, 2 months after he put your lights out? We're going with Andre Muniz by murder, probably first round. Moving on, boys. Nicholas Darby versus Randy Brown. Okay? Nicholas Darby looks like just an older, washed-up Rafael Fiziev. And he kind of is. Randy Brown's a lot younger, a lot taller. Going to have a 4-inch reach advantage. He's fresher in the octagon. They both are coming off of a loss, but we're going to go with Randy Brown. We're going to go with the prospect... what is it? The prospect's gift. Whatever you guys want to say. We're going to give the prospect some good favor, some good favor, and we're going to put the bet on with Randy Brown. Okay, you're taller. Nicholas Darby's from Denmark, you know, like, We're going to hope that he's a pushover. Randy Brown, I'm going to need you to kick Nicholas Darby in his shit, okay? Please, Randy Brown. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. Moving on, boys. Okay. Michelle Pereira versus Abus Magomedov. Listen, Michelle just got knocked the fuck out by Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. What did I just say in the last fight? In the Ikram fight. I cannot bet with you if you just got knocked the fuck out. I literally can't. Okay? Abus is 2-1 his last 3. He lost to Brahalo, which was like, good. But Michelle's old, man. He's ranked 14. He's been doing this shit for a very long time. He even shaved his head. Didn't he used to have a man bun back in the day? Like, come on, guys. It's kind of getting over with. I think it's time for my boy to put it up. And Abus is here to just make sure he lays the gloves down correctly. Abus, KO, TKO, more than likely. Maybe decision. We're going Abus, KO, TKO. The lines this whole card are just dog shit. Moving up, boys. This is more than likely the most high-level fight. This should have been the co-main. This is the most high-level fight on this whole fucking card. Giga Chiziki versus David Onama. Giga's coming off of a loss from my boy, Arnold Allen. Fuck that ass up, Giga. You beat your ass. But anyways, David Onama is also a savage. Both of these dudes are savages. It's featherweight. This is going to be high volume. They're going to be striking. They're going to be throwing shit. We're going to go with David Onama. We're going to... this is like a toss-em up. This is a toss-em up. I want to go with David Onama because Giga did just lose to Arnold Allen, but maybe he learned something from that Arnold Allen fight. And Giga is a Georgian. I fuck with my Georgian fighters heavy. I fuck with Ili Tuporia. I love Marab. We're going to go with Giga. We're going to go with Giga, my boy who just lost against Arnold Allen. I believe you could turn this shit around. You're ranked 12. Don't lose to the unranked. You lose to the unranked guy, they're getting you out of here. You lose to the unranked guy, Giga. Done. Okay? Giga, you got this. This is going to... Listen, they're 145 pounds. They're going to be throwing fucking bombs in there. Spinning, grappling. It's going to be a fireworks. Okay? We're going Giga. Moving on, boys, to a funeral. We're moving on to a funeral. Anthony Hernandez, rest in peace, against Zhang Minyang. This guy, listen, I need to have a dedicated video coming out about Zhang Minyang. Okay? Obviously, Zhang Minyang's coming off of a win. He just starts his shit. Pretty sure he's on a 2-fight win streak in the UFC. 2 fights? Or is it just 1? 2 fights. Knocked them both out in the first minute. He's going the Tom Aspinall route, Minyang. He's like, I'm just going to go the Tom Aspinall route. I don't even want to be in the octagon for that long of an amount of time. I just want to squabble up. We're going to make it happen. Zhang Minyang by first round knockout is what's gonna happen. I don't even need to break this down. Anthony Smith's coming off of a personal loss that he had to fight. His coach passed away, and he had to take a fight during that. He fought Dominic Reyes, and he just kind of stood there and just ate punches to the face. It was like a healing therapy process to him. No bad words to that. You guys can't really understand what a grieving mind goes through, so But Zhang Minyang is gonna put this boy to fucking bed. Zhang Minyang is here to just like end all discourse. I guess. We're going to see how quickly he's able to put my boy out, but I want to see Zhang Minyang versus Yuri Prohaska. That's what I'm looking at. Or maybe a Jan Blachowicz. Okay? That's what we're looking at after Zhang Minyang starches Anthony Smith. It's not even going to be close. Moving on, boys, to the main event. Okay? Listen. If you don't know, now you know. I put out a hit on the Fighting Nerds, okay? Maybe a month ago. I said, listen, the Fighting Nerds are no longer, okay? The Fighting Nerds are no longer. I saw the UFC pushing the promotion behind them, and I was like, you know what? This channel is going to put an end to that right now. We tried, okay? Then Marcio Refi goes out there and spinning wheel kicks Bobby Green to fucking unconsciousness. Okay. Then Gene Silva murders Bryce Mitchell. Murders him on the ground where nobody thought that he was going to win. On the ground. Takes him out. Now we're on Ian Machado Garry versus Carlos Prates, and I'm sticking with my Fighting Nerds going down the fucking drain. Ian, the cuck boy, Garry, has fought multiple 5-round fights. Carlos Prates, I believe, has fought 1. Okay? I believe Carlos Prates has fought 1. No, he has not even fought 1. He hasn't even fought one. If he fought the Neil Magny fight, that was 5 rounds. I don't think it was. I don't think he's even having a main event. Okay, that's number 1. No 5-round fights for Carlos Prates. Cool. Number 2, Ian Machado Garry took Shavkat to decision. Took Shavkat's back in the first round. So Ian Garry on the floor, better than Carlos Prates. Ian Garry trains with Shootbox. If you don't know, that's the Charles Oliveira camp, and trains with Charles Oliveira all the time. That's how he trains his jiu-jitsu. So his jiu-jitsu is on lock. Jiu-jitsu's on lock, okay? Boys, now, the stand-up. You guys are going to sit here and tell me, Carlos knocks Ian the fuck out. Ian Garry fought MVP for 15 minutes. MVP beat the brakes off of Mike Perry in a stand-up fight. MVP held his own with Ian Garry, was not able to finish Ian Garry. It was a very close fight. It was a very, I would have scored that as a draw, okay? But they gave it to Ian Garry, and that proves to you guys that his stand-up is crisp. His stand-up is crisp. Carlos Prates spam smokes cigarettes every day. His lungs aren't going to make it past the 10-minute mark. They're not. We don't even know how good his cardio is because we haven't seen this guy outside of the second round. All right? Ian Garry, I need you to push the pace on this fucking guy. Push the pace. Let's get first 2 rounds, I want you to grapple. First 2 rounds, I want you to grapple so we can make him tired. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, let's stand up. Let's stand up. First 2 rounds, let's get him tired. Let's hold him down. Let's throw him on the ground 3 or 4 or 5 times. Get him hella tired. And then we'll let him stand up 3rd, 4th round, and we'll squabble him out. Okay? Those are my predictions for this card. This card is pretty solid, boys. I'm so excited to see Giga fight. I'm so excited to see Jimmy Flick fight. I'm very excited to see my boy Malcolm Wellmaker fight. It's going to be a good card. We're going to be in here, boys. Anyways, if you made it to the end of this video, I want to say I really appreciate you. Shout out to all the subs, everybody who likes, everybody who even dislikes, even if you comment and I comment back and we have a little war of words. I appreciate that, guys. I really do. Peace!